Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be testing out some Sigma Beauty products. I have a bunch of lip products inside of this box. I have the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palette, and I also have a few other brushes. Of course, I'm going to be using a bunch of other products to get ready, and we're going to be hanging out together. You're actually going to be coming with us to date night with my husband. We actually won like a free dinner at a very nice restaurant, and I don't know, I just thought that it would be fun to get ready for that, try a bunch of these Sigma Beauty products for the first time, and you know the drill, just do some check-ins throughout my evening while I show you a little bit of my life here in Buenos Aires. And by the end of the evening, I'm gonna be sitting right here and sharing with you my final conclusions. We're going to see how much of the makeup is still on. I'm gonna be sharing all that with you today. So hopefully we will be finding out the truth about Sigma products. I have never ever in my life touched a Sigma product before. Just so you know, even though I do receive PR, and I'm very grateful because you guys, I live in Argentina, since most of you guys are in the US and Europe, I'm very grateful that brands from literally all over the world still send me products, considering it is much more expensive, you know, the international shipping and everything. So I'm always very grateful to be considered, but I'm always open that I'm not going to be obliged in any way to give a positive review or even make any content on the product. And I haven't received not one email from their PR people just telling me why I hadn't done any content. So in that sense, they have been very respectful. I feel like they have handled the PR in a very elegant way. Alright, so let's start getting ready. I'm kind of nervous about this video because there's so many products that I haven't tried out before. I'm gonna start by priming my face using the Urban Decay Quick Fix. I'm actually going to be using a foundation that I don't think needs a lot of priming because it's that good, and that's the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. If you're curious about this foundation, I'm going to be linking the video I made on it down below. But what I have never done with these products before is apply it with a brush. So for foundation, I have the F80 flat kabuki brush, and it says here it's specifically designed for buffed foundation application, and it is best used for cream or liquid products, which is the case. You guys know that I would normally apply foundation with my beauty blender, which I absolutely adore. I'm a little bit skeptical about using a brush. I have very sensitive skin, so I really prefer to avoid, you know, the buffing technique. But just because I love you guys, and for any of you who may be considering buying this brush for that, I'm gonna try it out today. So I'm just gonna apply 2 pumps of product here, and we're gonna do this. I thought it was going to be too aggressive for my very sensitive skin, but it seems so soft. I don't feel I'm irritating my skin. I think there's a few things that of course this cannot do that a beauty blender can. I feel like the beauty blender can do a better job kind of shearing out foundation because it is damp and you get all those small little droplets of water mixed with your foundation. If you are like me and you like to go with your foundation all the way up to your eyelid, which by the way, it makes sense because this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect, so it's also supposed to conceal your under eye circles. So it's not good to just go in with a brush, but instead it just seems easier to go with the beauty blender. It's safer and does a better job. But that said, this has done a really good job, and I like how the foundation is looking. It just feels like this will last a lot longer than a beauty blender. So in that sense, I feel like that's a point for the buffing brush. Alright, so now I'm gonna be using the Sigma F40 large angled contour brush. Of course, I'm gonna contour with it. The shape is actually interesting because it's not only angled, but it also looks a little bit like a triangle. So I'm gonna contour, and for that I'm gonna be using Benefit Hoola. I'm gonna go in. You guys know I like a very light contour. I don't want it to look muddy or unnatural. And my trick is always to do a very funny face like this, kind of to pull out my cheekbones and really look for those natural places where this shadow would go underneath my cheekbones to accentuate that. I just very gently tap it. And I have to say, this one, I like the shape, but it does feel a little bit I don't know, hard or itchy when I do this. That I do not experience with my contour brush from the Live Beautifully collection by IT Cosmetics. Really like the shape, maybe even better than the Live Beautifully. I feel like it's given me a very nice result. It just, I don't know, it's just a little bit harsh. It's not a deal breaker because of course I can do it gentler. It's also kind of my fault, but I feel it could be softer. So I'm gonna use the little tip here to contour my nose just to make it look a little bit more defined and shorter. I'm gonna go a little bit on my temples and then onto my jawline to make my double chin look a little bit less prominent. So I like you. I just feel you could be softer. When you touch it, it is so soft. It's just when I use it, I probably need to be gentler. It's really not a big deal, but I have to be honest, there are a couple of bristles coming out on this one that I did not notice on the Kabuki one. You guys, I wish you could see all this like my work table. It's a mess right now. Onto my eyes, and then I'm gonna come back to my complexion. I'm so excited to see how this palette is. Like I said, it's called the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. If you compare it with my hand, you can see it has a very nice travel size. So I'm kind of excited about that. You can see at the back there's kind of the names, which I love. We get this plastic thingy, which I'm gonna get out of the way, and it's nice that you can also put it like this all the way back. Oh, I'm loving what I'm seeing. Let's see. So here we have Humble, Charmer, Beaming, Toasty. Then we have Rogue, Iconic, Henna, Bittersweet. And then on the bottom row we have Passion Fruit, Russet, After Hours, and Fool's Gold. See, I'm going to start with the E40 tapered blending brush. So for my transition, I'm gonna pick Toasty. So I'm gonna go in. So to the touch, the eyeshadow seems very creamy and blends really nicely with the brush. Go to the other side. I'm gonna need something to take it down to the lower lash line, and for that I'm gonna be using these E21 smudge brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this down, especially to the outer lower lash line. I really like this Toasty shade very much, and I'm really into like warm palettes lately. All right, so what to do next? I'm kind of drawn to Rogue right now. It's a very nice like red wine type of color, but I think I'm gonna go with, you know, the browns and the golds because I have these gold sweater on. So I'm gonna intensify the look by going in with henna. Put that in the outer V, and I like to put it also a little bit on the outer corner of my lash line, on the upper outer lash line as well. It really opens up my eyes and makes them look bigger. It is not the most pigmented eyeshadow palette I've tried, but it has a very good pigmentation. I still need to blend more, but I'm gonna go back to the E40 tapered blending blush for that and just get things looking better. Nice. A little bit there to highlight my brow bone. I feel like it has a satin finish and it's not white. Very slightly cream shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna be trying out this one, E55 Eye Shading Brush. It's good to apply the eyeshadow in the center of my top lid. This feels very nice, softer than the other two for some reason. I'm gonna use that to apply Bittersweet, which is this kind of gold coppery eyeshadow. Let's see if that goes well. I thought I was going to need like setting spray, but it's actually looking really nice. Do you see? It's a very nice copper. If these eyeshadows performed good on my eyes the rest of the evening, these may be my new go-to palette when it comes to traveling. The formulation so far is just really easy to work with, and I definitely like that the packaging is not bulky at all. I love the palette's color story. I don't have any Sigma brushes to fill in my brows, and I kind of want to do that with the same palette. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia double-ended brush. This is the number 20, and I'm gonna just very quickly brush things up. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Toasted and see how that goes. I always like to pick a shade for my eyebrows that is actually lighter than my natural eyebrows. I know my brows are kind of crazy right now, so please forgive me for that. I think I'm gonna try a little bit of the After Hours only on this area where I have like less hairs. And now I'm gonna finish my brows using the Lancome Sourcil Styler, which I've recently done a comparison review with. As always, I'm gonna be linking every single product I use in the description box below. Some are affiliate links and some are not. It is absolutely up to you whether you want to use my links, but if you do, thank you so much in advance because it helps me get this channel, you know, going and just keep it alive. All right, so now I want to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, and for that I'm going to use this same E21 brush, which is kind of nice for that, and just the shade Beaming, and I'm gonna just try to highlight there. This is looking a lot better than I originally expected. With the same brush, I'm gonna use a little bit more of Beaming to highlight a little bit more my brow bone, just the tiniest amount there. So now I'm gonna conceal the under eye area. I'm gonna use a little bit of the IT Cosmetics by Under Eye. So I'm gonna apply just the tiniest amount with my finger in the under eye area. And here we have the F64. This is the soft blend concealer brush. I usually blend that in using my beauty blender, but today I have a Sigma brush and we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, so no shedding. It is, again, not the softest brush. It feels like those that have the darker bristles are not the softest ones, but if you're gentle, I mean, it does a really good job. And that actually looks really good. It's nice, actually, to have alternatives. I love the Beauty Blender. I will continue using the Beauty Blender as well. When we are on a budget, the Beauty Blender can be a little bit like risky because we tend to extend its life maybe too much. There we go. So I'm really happy. So what I'm gonna do now is set my concealer. I used this Hourglass Ambient Powder in Diffused Light, just the tiniest amount so that the concealer will not be going all over the place. And I also like to apply a little bit up here. All right, so now we're gonna go back to my complexion, and I'm going to be opening up these very large F30 Lush Powder Brush by Sigma. So I'm gonna bronze my face using the Hula. This also kind of helps the contour look more natural. Let me tell you a little bit more of where we're going. There's this area downtown that's called Puerto Madero. That's kind of a very exclusive gastronomic area. It kind of boomed in the 90s here in Buenos Aires, and it has very nice restaurants. I like this brush. I feel like it is very nicely like sized and that it can do a very good job. As I anticipated, it's not, again, it's not the softest brush. All the handles are like super nice. None of these came like detached. I've had that happen to me before. So it does feel really nice to work with the handle. The materials seem to be very good quality, and it has a very nice weight, which gives you kind of leverage to work with the brush. We're going to try this F15 Dual Fiber Powder Brush by Sigma, of course, and my nail polish is gonna be ruined after this video. I just know that. Oh, this brush looks so pretty. All right, so let's see how this works. I think I'm gonna go in with a Dandelion, and immediately just seeing the blush powder there on that white tip, I don't know, it just looks beautiful. So I'm just gonna apply there on the apples of my cheeks and lightly just taking that upwards. And I think I'm gonna go with a little bit of California, just the tiniest amount to kind of warm up the look. A little bit itchy when doing this. It is not as soft as my IT Cosmetics blush brush. Now I also have the Sinuosity Lush Curling Mascara to try. You guys know that lately I've been wearing lash extensions, so I'm gonna be applying these on my lower lashes only. As you guys can see, the wand is slightly like a C, so it should help curl your lashes, kind of evens out the look of your lashes. If not, it's like your eyes are very like top lash heavy. Now for the lips, I have a couple of alternatives. This is the Sigma Power Stick in the shade In Spades. It is a very nice pink neutral shade. I love the quality of the packaging. First of all, it is a bigger lipstick than you would usually see everywhere, and it's also magnetic. Look at that. And the logo right here, I don't know if you guys can see, but it is holographic, and that's pretty cool. I am dying for this lipstick packaging. And the other alternative is this other Sigma liquid lipstick. It's called Lip Eclipse, and it is in the shade Rosette. I feel like I want to try both of them, but I really have to go to my date night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try first the Power Stick. For lining my lips, what a shocker, I'm gonna use my Rimmel London Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner in the shade 018 Addiction. And now we're going to go in with this lipstick. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is a very big lipstick. I think it's because of the weight or the fact that it is magnetic, but for some reason I'm all for this lipstick already. Alright, so this is really pretty. I feel like I want to do a lip swatch video of every single shade they have. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below. That said, I'm gonna remove these one and show you guys the other alternative as well, because we're here for this, right? Ooh, that went on very smoothly. It has a bit of a sheen, which is fine, but I was hoping to have a matte alternative. And now to highlight, I'm gonna use the Soft Blend Concealer Brush and the Becca Champagne Pop. And then also at the tip of my nose. So what I'm gonna do is apply the Urban Decay. That happens a lot more than I actually want to show on camera, you guys, because English is not my first language. I want to apply the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. This is a cooling and hydrating one. So just want to spray this. And now just everything looks perfect, like skin. Ooh, I'm so happy of how this entire look has turned out. Actually, I have to admit that so far Sigma Beauty has exceeded my expectations, but of course we still need to see how these performs throughout the rest of my evenings. So I'm gonna be doing at least one checking, and I'm gonna be focusing mostly on how the eye makeup and lips are doing, because of course that's where most of the Sigma products are placed. So I'm gonna go now and I'll be checking in with you guys in a little bit. We're here at the Women's Bridge. I love it that it's called the Women's Bridge. We had a lovely dinner and I wanted to do a quick checking on how my makeup is doing. Let's first look at the eyeshadow. So, I don't know, it just feels like some of it is lost, but I really need to check this with more of a decent lighting. But considering the fact that it has been on for a good 6 hours, I think it is a good performance. And the lipstick is gone now, but of course we had dinner and we drank, and well, it is to be expected from a liquid lipstick that does not promise to be long lasting. So all in all, I felt okay. It's just a matter, I guess, of expectations. I'm gonna meet you again before I go to bed to see whatever remains of the makeup, to give you my final thoughts and conclusions on the Sigma Beauty product. Alright, so I'm back here at the studio with the studio lighting, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna see whatever remains of the eyeshadow. So as you guys can see, there is still makeup on my eyes, but the eyeshadows have moved around a little bit, especially the one at the center of my top lid, the shimmery copper eyeshadow. This is probably not the most long-lasting makeup, but I still really enjoyed these eyeshadow palettes. So I guess my advice would be, if you are planning to use your makeup for like 12 hours straight and you want it to be flawless, you can spray some setting spray on your brush before applying so that it will fix the eyeshadow and hold it into place longer. And even before that, maybe prime your lid with some eyeshadow primer. I realize I am repeating myself, but really it has perfect sizing, a great mirror, and I love that you can just hold it like this with the mirror just on the back. I feel like I will be reaching out to this palette. Now about the lip products, the liquid lipstick did not promise to last long, and it did not. So if you're looking for a liquid lipstick that is kind of long lasting, this is not it. What it would do for you is leave a tiny bit of a stain. I mean, I ate and drunk, and this is still not my natural lip color. It does not dry your lips and it applies really creamy. And then I'm dying to try other shades of the Power Stick. I am crazy about the packaging and how creamy this went on. I would just love to do like a lip swatch video trying every single shade. Now let's discuss brushes. I'm always very upfront. I am in love with my IT Cosmetics Live Beautifully collection. I love those brushes and I really support that collection because for every single one of those brushes that you purchase, there's a person that is struggling with cancer that gets another one of those brushes. I want to support that program, which is called the Live Good Feel Good program. So that's why I understand the price point on those brushes. And also they're absolutely stunning, beautiful, flawless, and the softest brushes I have tried, and I will absolutely be using many of these brushes. You will probably see me using them on other tutorials. And let me share with you very quickly my favorite. So as far as complexion, I really enjoyed the flat kabuki. This is the F80 brush. This was super soft. This was probably the greatest surprise of them all. My other favorite for complexion was the duo fiber powder blush brush. I absolutely adored how nice the white tips were. And last but not least, as far as eyeshadow brushes, my two favorites were the Sigma eye shading brush. This is the E55, and the smudge brush, the E21. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for new videos that will be coming out really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all again on my next one.